Hi everybody, how are you doing? This is Amanda. I do hope that you're well. Today is the 22nd of December and we are rolling into the Christmas weekend now pretty fast. We sort of shut up shop as of this evening. My team sort of down their tools and the shop will be reopening in the new year, although you can still place your orders, but there'll be a skeleton staff in between now and New Year. I do plan on doing the top 10 sprays video, which I do every single year over the Christmas holiday. I've actually got them all laid out in front of me because I'm just getting to feel the vibration of the overall top 10. Feels very different from previous years. And I have to say my head is a little bit in my hands with regards to the spray that is the least popular because my God, we need it. So I will be doing some work on showcasing that quality and why it's so important for our world, but I'm not going to tell you yet because I'm going to keep you in suspense, and I'll record that video at some point over the next few days. But also I'm going to be taking some time off as well just to enjoy Christmas with my family, and I hope that you will be as well. But yeah, this video today, what I feel as though I'd like to do is give some shout outs to various people. I'm going to show you some of the gifts that I've been given by many of you. I'm not going to show all of them. It's literally what I've got on my desk. And I thought it would be fun to maybe open a few cards as well, say thank you to the people that have sent things in, and also what has been sent in from some people are oracle decks, and you know that I love those. So I thought we'd pull some cards from some of the new decks as well. And generally just have a bit of a light-hearted time. So you might be wrapping up presents as I speak, preparing food. You might be traveling to see people, whatever you're doing. I hope that you're well. And I hope that this holiday period brings you what you wish for. I am going to try and come on again and do a video linked into the energy of Jesus and Mary and Joseph, as I promised. Although I am sort of running out of time a little bit, but I will try and do that. But I've literally got an hour or so now, so I just sort of sit down and do this chatty video for you. What shall I show you first? I think one of the things I'm going to show you first is, for some reason, which is really nice, I have a lot of artists that follow me, whether they be actual artists in terms of people that are painting or drawing or illustrating, or musicians, but I do have a lot of artists that follow me. And one of you, Brigitte, in fact, she is one of my Metatron colour healers, linked to, I think it's, let me just double check, I don't want to get the country wrong. I think you're from Latvia, but let's just have a little look. I'm going to show you what she sent me because it's just this most extraordinary piece of artwork and it's fun and I love it. Latvia, yes, that's right. Okay, yes, so Brigitte Ravina, I'll put the link to her underneath this video. But those of you that follow me a lot, you might have heard me say a few times what my favourite animal is, which is the gorilla. And so what she's done is this. Are you ready for this? This is a rainbow gorilla. You're never going to see anything like this again. And it's actually made with felt, not artwork. Look at him. Don't you think that's brilliant? I do. I absolutely love it. He's actually been up in my hallway. I think it's a he. I don't know how she's done it, but it's no, it's not felt, it's wool. I have no idea how you've done this, Brigitte, but I absolutely love it. I did say to you that I was going to save it until Christmas Day to open it, but I'm afraid I took a peek and I'm really glad that I did. So yes, I love him. There he is, my very own rainbow gorilla. Isn't he brilliant? So I love that. So that was one thing that arrived, and I need to find space for him. I'd quite like him in the kitchen, but I think I haven't got a consensus really with the whole family whether that I can do that or not, but that's where I want him. So that was one thing. Let's go to somebody that sent me a deck, and we'll pull some cards from a deck next. This one has come in from a lady in Australia, I think. Let me just double check. It's a deck that's called The Faye Elder's Guide to the Higher Dimensions by Billy Dean, with artwork by Chrissy Leaf, 45 cards and a book. And it's Chrissy that sent this to me. And you are in Victoria, Australia. And obviously I'm not going to read out your letter to me, but it's interesting as I'm looking at this because you wrote this letter to me on the 22nd of November. It's now the 22nd of December when I'm sort of showing this to people. And I'm just going to read this little bit because it's rather sweet, little message at the start. She says, "Thank you for being you. I can't express in words how much you have helped and continue to always help me with your channeled messages, words of advice, and your sprays and videos. You give the right message just at the right time to be a beacon of light, love, truth, and guidance, and teachings which are much needed to shake off the old, raise our vibration, as difficult as that is to face and do at times, to truly transform." So yeah, you go on, and it's a lovely, lovely letter. Thank you very much, Chris. And shall we have a little look at the deck? So from memory, what you say in your letter is that you drew the illustrations to this deck a number of years ago, but the book has just been done. So by a lady called Billy Dean. I assume it's a lady, Billy Dean. So I'll show you a few of the cards. I think that's what we'll do. And then I'm going to pull a couple of them. So here we've got card number 12, and it says pilgrimage, sacred places, energy upgrades, portals. Let's pull, I'll just show 5 of them and then here we've got honour and respect, radical reverence, connections, and a powerful key. We have bliss, exaltation, deep peace, and sacred kin. Lovely, aren't they? We have rejuvenation. I think we all need a bit of that at the moment. I certainly do. Belief, regeneration, and breakthrough. Very ethereal, aren't they? There's a wolf card here. Wild song, family, and regeneration. And one more before I actually pull and do a quick reading for you with these cards. We have white hind, shape-shifting, otherworld, and medicine. So 45 cards in this deck. Let's give them a little shuffle. And we are at the 22nd of December. Let's see what messages this deck has for us that are together watching in this moment. Okay, so let's have a look. 22nd of December, 2022. Okay, this one is coming through. Asking permission. Really, really interesting. We can't get away from the old boundaries energy. I know that this card is linked into boundaries. It's also very similar to my boundaries card in the Metatron deck. Obviously not the same picture, but we've got the green hedge. It says asking permission, respect, harmony, and sovereignty. I'm going to pull another one that goes with that. We have playfulness, fun, creativity, and mastery. Almost feels as though we have to give ourselves permission to play. You know, at the end of the day, this is a really busy time of year. There is a lot of responsibilities and people to see and things to do and food to cook and all the rest of it. But ultimately, if we can bring in the energy of play and fun, however we can do that, it's going to really be very healing for all of us at this time. And we've also got the energy of children here as well. So it's seeing the world through children's eyes. I have a newsletter going out, I think on Christmas Eve, which is an email newsletter. And Tracy and I try and do it every month. It's not always every month we send it out. But in my little piece that I've written, I talk about the fact that I had I don't know how old he is, I think he's about 7, A little cousin of mine was in my home a few days ago, and I bought myself one of those elf on the shelf things. I'm saying thing. I bought myself an elf. I just sat him on the top of the bookcase, haven't really done anything with it. Just thought he looked quite cute there. Didn't get what it was all about. And the little boy walked in. He was like, "What's he done since he's been with you? And what mischief has he been up to? And what magic has he created? And where has he been? And where does he move?" And I was like, "What?" It was like seeing the world through a child's eyes and learning things from them. So yeah, we've definitely got a beautiful energy of children there as well. And also a shout out to all of the special souls that are being born around this time of year. There's often, the Christmas portal at the end of the day is a portal where some people choose to pass. There's usually quite a lot of people that pass around Christmas and New Year. It's a natural, it's just part of nature's cycle. People choosing to do that, maybe, if it's their time, only if it's their time, of course. But also many souls choosing to come in, a lot of people born on Christmas Day. And I'm also just a nod to George Michael, of course, who died on Christmas Day. I'll tell you what that card is in a moment. I just wanted to give a shout out not only to George, who I have felt very much around me the last few weeks. And I think it's because he has this energy, and I have channeled George Michael a few times, this energy of real gentleness. And he always comes through very much like a friend. It's that sort of energy of a friend, like a gentle friend. And maybe we all need a friend at the moment. It's that type of, look out into the world. It's very brutal in many places, in many respects. So just this energy of friendship is something that I think George brings through. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Terry Hall, who died a few days ago. And it's interesting, Terry. He was in a band called, he's been in a few different bands, The Specials, Fun Boy 3. But I remember The Specials and Ghost Town when it came out in the 1980s. And it's one of those songs, I was talking about memories in my last video. It's one of those songs where I actually remember where I was when I first heard it. And interestingly, the song for Ghost Town, Terry Hall and the band are in this taxi or in this car, and they're driving around this beaten up old town. It's very much about, it was written during a time of economic deprivation and businesses closing, unemployment, many social ills that were happening. And, they're driving around and they're looking at the town, and it's not looking at its best. And I think many of us where we live, we have ghost towns now. Where I live, it's still a beautiful place, but a lot of the shops have gone, a lot of the businesses have gone. We're in a time of deep transformation and regeneration, and we can't necessarily see the green shoots yet, but they will come. Everything is cyclical. But that song, Ghost Town, very, very appropriate for right now. But yeah, I remember the first time I heard it, and I was in a car, and I remember being quite spooked by it. This is the magic of music, isn't it? To evoke something that is, I don't know, there was an aspect of it which I found a little bit disturbing. Not that there is anything disturbing about the song, but I think it's just I was tuning into the energy and what they were singing about, which was very gritty and authentic and difficult, and making people face that. And then, of course, another of their songs, Our Lips Are Sealed, I've mentioned a few times in various videos, because again, if you don't know the work, just look up Ghost Town, I might link it below, and Our Lips Are Sealed. It's very, very appropriate for these days that we're in again. But yeah, I was very sad that he died, and he wasn't, I like the music, but he wasn't one of my top 5, as it were. But I've been really saddened by his death. So rest in peace, dear Terry. And apparently I just read that, do you know what his last words were? His last words were, let me just get it up. There was I've lost it. I can remember it. I can ad-lib it because it's so simple, but it's so beautiful. Terry Hall's last words were, love, 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 remember, just remember that. I think that's what he said. Just remember that. So how beautiful is that? Okay, a card that came out whilst I was talking to you is this one. It's really interesting. We had this card, which has got all of the children and the energy of innocence and play. And then we've got this one, which is the energy of all the animals. All creatures great and small is what I'm hearing. So we have all the animals, and it says deep peace for all species. Dreams come true, new earth and safety. I'll show you the card again in a moment. I just want to tune into it myself. We've got the energy of all species of animals. We've got the lion, the tiger, the dog, the zebra, the cow, the chicken, the duck, the pig, the monkey. They're all there. They're beautiful cards, aren't they? So here we've got the energy of all types of children, okay, from all places in the world, all belief systems, children who are rich, children who are poor, you know, born to rich parents, born to poor parents, born in all corners of the earth, born in different situations, different families, with different life paths that are maybe destined to a degree, although I believe free will comes in as well, but I believe we have destined points. Children that are coming in to this new earth that we're trying to build, to co-create it. So there's a real influx of children. And then we've got this beautiful energy of the animals as well. And it reminds me of the Ark, you know, Noah's Ark, they all went in 2 by 2. So it feels as though this is a card linked into preservation as well, and us needing to honour, you know, the animals, you know, and going back to my beautiful rainbow gorilla, you know, in all seriousness, you know, beautiful conservation work and protection work for those animals, which is very heart-opening, and all the rest of it. It's important that we remember that this earth that we're on is for all. And to that, we would also include, obviously, the elements and the plants, the trees, etc. How many cards have I got here? I've got 3. Let's just do another 2 from this deck, and then I'm going to get back to show you a few more things that have come in via the post. Keep it light, this video. Let's just have 2 more cards, though, from this deck. We have the air elemental. I was just saying about... It's about everything. We've got the mind, the breath, and sacred words. It was interesting the other day. I won't go into all the details of what happened, but I had a moment where I was feeling quite stressed, quite panicky, quite anxious. It was triggered by something, and I was very aware in the moment that it was happening, that it was all mind-based. And what I did to balance it and harmonise myself, and I was able to do it really quickly, is I just sank into my heart. And so I became aware that the mind was the one that was racing and creating maybe the anxiety or the problems that maybe were there or might not be there. But, you know, it's the whole thing about the mind just being too overactive. But as soon as I just dropped back down into my heart, the energy of just peace and stillness and calmness more than anything else came through so strongly. So there's a time and a place for the mind, but particularly again at this very busy season that we're in right now, don't forget to also sink into your heart. I also think though that this air elemental, she's beautiful, isn't she? It's linked into weather patterns, the clouds, the wind, the storms that are blowing in and then blowing out again. This is, you know, she's surrounded by cloud here. And of course, clouds are in the air, and clouds are bringing in the snow, they're bringing in the rain, they're bringing in the cool weather. And amidst it all, she is calm. There's an energy here of, you know, when you're in an aeroplane and you look out and you can see the clouds, and actually there's just such peace there, isn't there? Such an ethereal, beautiful peace. Let's see what goes with the air elemental card though. Let's just have one more to go with that. Card number 32. The mind, the breath. So yes, return to the breath and sacred words. I think that's a nod also to this time of year, getting back to the holiness of it, the sacredness of it, getting back to the holy texts, or, you know, whether that's actually a Bible, whether it's a piece of poetry, whether it's a beautiful film, you know, words that are healing, words that are unifying, words that are going to balance you, being important right now. What else goes with the air elemental, please? We have the band, the music, the energy of music being carried on the wind. But also the energy of breath in terms of voices, vocalization, harmony, high frequency, friendship. This is a time of year when people get together and they sing, whether it's at church, whether it's down the pub, whether it's in your front room listening to your favourite Christmas songs. There's something very healing about the energy of music at this time of year, and that's not to be forgotten. But I also feel the band played on is what I'm wanting to say here, because I do still have. I'm not saying I've got the energy of Terry Hall here. I'm not channeling him or anything like that, but I just feel touched by his death, and because I've been reading up about it. Apparently, he basically got pancreatic cancer, which I think spread to his liver. So it was quite a quick death. He didn't realise he was ill until only a few months ago. But until he was taken into hospital, they were planning on a new album, and everything was in place. He was going to be going to America. They had musicians coming in, all the rest of it. Everything was planned, and then it got delayed a few weeks because he went into hospital. People thought he was going to be all right. But I just have a sense that the band is going to play on. And I don't quite know how that happens, because he was such a central force of the band. But maybe there's symbolism in that for all of us, because if you think about the band as a family as well, and families that are affected by one person maybe having passed or not being present anymore, and that's very, very... you feel it a lot at Christmas time, don't you? You notice the people that are not around the table, the people that are not with you anymore. But yet the band plays on, the family plays on, the family comes together, reforms, regroups, and somehow finds harmony. So I think there's a message there in that. Lovely cards, aren't they? So thank you very much, Chris, for sending me those through. And I'm sure I'm going to return to them in work next year. So I don't know whether they are available, but I'll put the link in terms of what they're called below, and you can see if you can find them yourself. So let's put those cards back, and I'll show you something else. Show you something else that I've been given. Very, very grateful, very humbled. People that send nice things in. Thank you very much. And also very grateful, I don't say it enough, the people that like my videos, comment on my videos, share my videos, buy the sprays, support my oracle cards. All of it is appreciated. Donations as well, thank you. Yeah, I also love that image. Isn't that nice? That's one of Chris's images as well. Love that. The little girl looking down onto Mother Earth. Beautiful, beautiful. We all need to go into our heart, and we all need to connect into that energy of innocence and childhood. Okay, what else have I got to show you? I'm going to give a shout out to a friend of mine who is on social media, Cardis B. You may follow her already. She's written a book. Her actual name is Rebecca. I can't say your second name, Rebecca, I'm sorry, but you know me well enough to know that I'm hopeless at names. Rebecca Simazak, aka Cardis B, writer, intuitive tarot reader, healing catalyst. She's based in USA. She's written this great book called the Saturn Diaries, and it's brilliant, actually. I have dipped into it, but over Christmas I'm going to read more about. I'm going to read it, basically. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to watch some films, I'm going to read some good books, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I will just read the back in terms of what this book is about. It says, fashion bitch turned tarot witch. I like it. Cardis B appeared to have the perfect New York City life until an astrological transit known as Saturn's return gate-crashed her life, stripping her of her self-identity, her career, marriage and security. Behind the enviable Instagram posts of runway shows and celebrity parties, she was secretly losing a battle with anxiety, depression and substance abuse. The book is about basically going through a dark night of the soul, healing from it, reconnecting to her intuition, through a childhood love of tarot and the mystical world. It says part memoir and part spell book. Each chapter features a spell, elixir or ritual. She's a really lovely lady. I really like her energy, and I think very, very inspiring. You know, when someone's been to hell and back and they've, you know, come back even stronger, I'm all for that. So it's a great book. Give her a shout out. She's also sent me this beautiful candle, which I haven't lit yet, but apparently it turns violet. So I'm looking at that. I don't know why I'm looking at that. I've got another camera there. It turns violet. So I might light that over Christmas. Thank you very much. You're very, very generous. You're very sweet. And I look forward to meeting you one day as well when I eventually come back to America. Okay, so we got that. What else is going on my desk? Let's open a card, shall we? And I think I know who this is from, because these people, bless their hearts, send me a Christmas card every single year. And if I'm right in who this is from, I was actually thinking they haven't sent me a card this year. Because your cards are so beautiful, and it is from you. Thank you. Okay, look, I think I've shown their cards to you before. They're just handmade and they're so lovely, and they send me one every single year. And it's from Dee and Johnny. Merry Christmas, Amanda. We hope your holiday season will be full of great joy and good cheer. We have come a long way, and I think we are all ready for a world of light and love, compassion and beauty. All the best, Dee and Johnny. Isn't it lovely? Thank you. I was genuinely thinking, where's my card? Not that I expect you to have to do it for the rest of your life, but it just means that I appreciate it. So sweet, so lovely. So unique. That's why I like your cards. They're so unique. That's really, really lovely. And you're in USA. You're in San Diego. Is that California? I think it is, isn't it? A lot of people seem to follow me in California. Hi. I want to come and see you all one day. Absolutely. Right. What else have I got sitting here on my desk? I've shown you my gorilla. You see how many people can say that to you? I've shown you my gorilla. Here's another card. Let me just open this card. Then we're going to pull a few more oracle cards from another deck. Oh, this is nice. Look at that. And it's got little things that are falling out of it. Oops, little bits of glitter. This is from Melanie and from Linda. And you're very sweet. You send me a card every year as well. Thank you very much. I know you're from the UK. Wishing me and Bella and the family a good one. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's a lovely card, isn't it? The donkey and the dog. I think Bella's about to go nuts because on top of it being nearly Christmas, we're having a washing machine fitted today. My washing machine broke down. So I think they've just arrived. So yes, I might have to turn the camera off in a minute. But I did just want to dip in today, really, anyway, and say hi to everybody. I've also got a lovely little crystal that's been given to me by one of you. And your name is... what is your name? Sorry, that's from somebody else. I just want to give a shout out and show you the crystal. Your name is Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. I won't read your letter out, but you're in the UK, and it says... I'll just read this bit, it's not personal. Please find enclosed a small blue stone. I'm afraid I don't know what it is, but this stone is telling me that he wants to come to you. I found myself on Glastonbury tour, this 11/11 portal. So how funny, another person, I've only just received this, but this is from November. It's a little blue stone. I'll try and tune into what it is in a moment. Found myself on Glastonbury tour on 11/11. Through unexpected circumstances, and took a few small stones with me to be blessed and filled with the love of Gaia. It was beautiful, windy, of course, it's always windy at the top of that tour. And yeah, so this has basically got the energy of the tour and 11/11. What does that stone look like to me? I think it could be... I wonder if it's a bit of petersite, actually. It might be something like petersite, possibly, not sure. But it's very nice, and I tell you what, I can feel the energy of that. It actually feels what I'm feeling from this little crystal here, because you see the size of crystals has got nothing to do with their potency. The smallest, tiniest crystals can actually hold the most extraordinary light. Because what I'm feeling this is a crystallized teardrop. Can you see the shape of it? Just looks like a little teardrop to me. A crystallized teardrop. The tears that have fallen on the tor, or the tor has soaked up, or this has absorbed the energy of, it's very much linked into the masculine energy, of course, because the tor is the masculine energy. A sacred tear is what I'm hearing that is. It's got the Christ energy within it as well. What I'm feeling from this stone is, you know, stigmata, when you can bleed and it's said to be that, you know, the energy of Christ is coming through you. Well, this feels like the tears of Christ. That's what I'm feeling from this stone, the tears of Christ, linked into suffering. But of course, it's releasing that suffering. It's helping to release that suffering. And 1111 is all about release and letting go. So I'm picking that up from that stone. So thank you very much, Sarah, for that. That's beautiful. And I will add that to my crystal bowl. And in fact, no, what I might do is I might put that out on my balcony so it soaks up the energy of Christmas Eve. I've also got something here from a lady. I know who this is, Petra. Thank you very much, Petra. You're in Switzerland. And Petra's very sweet because she sends me CDs that she's a musician that she makes. So let's see what you've sent me. Bless you. Thank you very much. We have got, well, I'll put the links below so you can see. Oh, this looks nice. We have the Holy Grail. So this looks like it's crystal bowl music. And I've got a chakra journey as well. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm going to play those. Maybe I'll have them on in the background of a video. I mean, I suppose I could put it on now, but no, I won't do that now. Because as I say, Bella's about to go nuts. I think you're going to hear Bella. I don't think you're going to hear the bowls or the chakra journey. I think you're going to hear Bella. But thank you, Petra. Again, I'll put the links below. I know that your music is very much from the heart and very much high frequency energy as well. Thank you for that. It's lovely. What else have we got? We've got another deck. I think I'll finish with another deck that I've been given. I mean, I'm sorry, there's so many things I do get sent, so please don't be offended if I haven't shown your card or your gift. I do appreciate them all. Let's see what this one is, though. This is from a lady called Tracy, and you are in Australia as well. You're in Cairns, far north Queensland. Okay. My geography is appalling. I'm just trying to imagine where you are regarding the map in Australia. Far north Queensland. Okay, I think I've got it. And I won't read it out because it's a little bit personal, but oh, I will read this little bit out. I think it's okay. I've enclosed some healing cards. These were created by Faye Rosie, a local Cairns shaman, naturopath and intuitive. Sadly, Faye passed in 2017, and I thought these cards might be useful for healing, for readings, particularly for Australia. Well, we can do it for Australia. I will pull one for Australia, but we'll also pull one for everyone as well. Thank you very much, Tracy. That's lovely. Let's see them. These cards are special, aren't they? The lady's actually passed to spirit. Faye Rosie. Okay, let's see. That's what she looked like. It's the back of the deck. Just tuning into this lady's energy that's passed. Heart, they're called heart, it's called Heart and Healing Symbols. Did I show you the box? Heart and Healing Symbols. Right, let's see. Let's pull one for Australia firstly. And then we'll do one just for the Christmas period for everyone. So Australia. How are you all doing over there? How's it going? Let's see. Australia. Interesting card. Grief release. What was I just saying about this little crystal? The tear of sorrow. Jesus's tear. Sorry. God. Oops, let's just make sure it's okay. Throwing it across my desk, it's fine. I'm a little bit heavy-handed and a bit clumsy at the best of times. Grief release, okay. So we have the release of grief. I mean, what more can I say? And on the bottom of the deck, I will take this one as well for Australia. In fact, I'm going to take this one as well. I think you don't really need to be a psychic reader to interpret what this is saying for Australia. We have release of grief, we have endurance, and we have freedom. That something has been endured for quite a long time. There is now a release of grief linked to that. And underneath it all, bubbling up, is the energy of freedom. Because I was actually tuning in to, I was feeling, when I say a mushroom cloud, I'm not talking nuclear mushroom cloud. It's the only way I can describe it. Like this growing sense of something wanting to blossom and birthing, rising up. It's like rising up. And it felt, I'm wanting to say it felt circular, which might sound weird, but the thing about circular energy is it's feminine. So like this blossoming energy, and I think it's the energy of freedom. So I don't know what's going on with women's rights in Australia, or whether there are some powerful women rising up. I'm feeling that could be the case, but definitely there's a release of grief going on. Let me just pull a tarot card for Australia as well, because I'm a bit intrigued now in terms of what this grief and freedom energy is about. I mean, I know we can maybe assume it's linked into pandemic energies, and you know, at the end of the day, Australia was cut off from the world for quite a long period of time, and I'm feeling that is a little bit of what it's linked to. A lot of what it's linked to, actually. The grief of, you see, this is the thing, Christmas is a time which is all about family and getting together. And what I'm linking into here is people that weren't able to see their families for a considerable period of time. And unfortunately, some of the people I'm linking into here have actually passed. So people that didn't get to see maybe their loved ones in a different country, and it's now too late because it's gone. Although, of course, it's never too late in the at a spiritual level. You might not be able to physically hold them because they have gone, but you can, their spirit is still near you. We have the Two of Wands that's just flown out of the deck for Australia. So it feels as though there's an awakening happening. There is a looking out into the future, looking to fresh horizons, trying to see the gift in what is occurring or what has occurred. Wish I hadn't looked at that. So I was just hearing, look at the bottom of the deck. Devil energy. With the Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. I'm going to interpret this for the sake of this video because I don't want it to turn into a huge big video on Australia. But grief at the end of the day, it's a result of something, and this is to do with having been restricted, chained to a lower energy, bound to a lower energy, spellbound by a particular energy, and breaking free. So in some ways, I think this devil energy is historical. That's not to say that, of course, you know, there isn't still darker energy in Australia, because there is in all countries. But it feels, actually, for the new year, it feels optimistic in terms of people breaking free from that. And it's the energy of freedom coming in. So that's, I actually quite like that. I'm intrigued enough to think I need to do a deeper reading on Australia. Right, now let's do a reading for everybody watching, and let's do it from the same deck. Let's see what cards want to come out for Christmas time. Let's just have a look at the energy of Christmas time. So which heart healing symbol and energy is particularly pertinent for this Christmas time, 2022, this Christmas time? Show me the energy at play, please. Show me the energy at play. Abundance and belief. You see, you don't get abundance unless you believe it's possible. And remember, abundance is many things. Abundance is linked into not just money. It's to do with health. It's to do with mindset. It's to do with beauty. It's to do with art. It's to do with creativity. It's the opposite of that devil energy, which is about lack and restriction. But you have to believe. You have to believe. So it's very much about believing in the magic of Christmas. Nice. Nice. I'll also say we've also got the energy of word. So word linking into belief and linking into abundance. Be very careful the words that you're speaking, not just outwardly, but the words that are going around in your head. Are they words and energies of lack and restriction and I can't and it's going to get worse and it's difficult and it's awful? Or are they words of hope and improvement and happiness and joy and positivity? Okay. Nice cards. Again, I'm sure I will use those again in other videos. Okay, right, well, I think that is probably sort of what I'm going to do in this video. There's a few other cards here, a few things that we've got coming into the shop next year as well. I went up to Bristol yesterday to see the team, and as I always do, I was rifling through my own shop to take things back. And Tracy, you know, gets things in and she's like, do you want to sell this? Do you not? And I'm like, sometimes I say yes, sometimes I say no. But I do rather like this. What do you think of this, guys? Can you see it? It's selenite. So you know that we've sold various selenite, what are they called? What are they called? Charging plates. This is one, for example. So, which you put your sprays onto. Put your sprays on, it just helps to keep them clear. Or you can put crystals on top of the selenite. I just think they're very beautiful. I'm really, really into selenite. We've also got selenite unicorn horns. But this, I just think this is great. I mean, can you see? It says it's got the elements: fire, earth, water, air, and spirit. And what I think would be a rather nice thing to do is, let me just grab the element set. Well, a couple of them. Have I got them here? Oh, yes. 2 to hand. What's this? This is water. Water onto water. Air onto air. It's good, isn't it? I really like it. So we're going to get these in, I think, in the new year. They're not in stock yet. We'll have to order those, but I like those. Also, because the Christ Consciousness deck is going to be released next springtime, I'm not going to yet say to pre-order it, just because last time I did with the Metatron deck, there is a date on Amazon. I think it's like May the 17th, 19th, something like that. And you can pre-order. But just be aware that the date can slip, and that's got nothing to do with me whatsoever. It's totally out of my control. So I'm going to wait until the new year and we're a little bit nearer to spring, and then I'm going to sound the clarion call to pre-order your decks if you're interested in getting the Christ Consciousness deck. But what I've also asked Tracy to do is we're going to get another, these little silk bags that we had made up for the Metatron deck. I think these are really nice. So you can take it out of its box and you can keep it. I keep my Metatron cards in this. We do sell these in the shop. These are just little silk bags that we had imprinted, obviously with Metatron on the front. And I just think it's a nice little, I think it's good. Nice to keep your cards in something like that. We've got we've got 3 new unicorn sprays coming out in the new year. There was only meant to be 1. And then I was choosing the imagery for it because we're going to have stickers on these, and me and Tracy, we just fell in love with 3 different images, so we've ended up with 3 different unicorn sprays. So that's coming. There's a violet dragon coming. There's a lot going on in the new year, so you need to stay tuned. But right now, yeah, Christmas, and we just need to get through that. Just a couple of other cards to show you. Ruby, Joanna stroke Ruby, you know who you are. Thank you very much. You also always send me a card from Australia. What is it? All these lovely Australians. Thank you so much. I've got all this Australian energy around me. And also Carol, you don't know where you are, but you say you seek me out on a daily basis. Bless you. I was going to make a joke of it and say someone has to, but no, I do appreciate it. If you seek me out on a daily basis, you know I've got a sense of humour, so you must have a sense of humour as well. Anything else? I think we'll end with a little bit of Christmas spirit. Funny, this arrived today. It's my own spray, but it had been delayed in the postal strike. Very much would like to bring Margaret Thatcher through again. I think she's going to have something to say about these strikes in the UK, don't you? But maybe that's for the new year. Maybe that's for the new year. We'll see. Right, let's just have a bit of spirit of Christmas, everybody. Spirit of Christmas. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I will show you one other thing. This was also sent to me by somebody. Can't remember who. Somebody in New Zealand. Sorry, let me see if I can find your name. It's just my desk is messy, so bless you. It's somebody in New Zealand. I've got your card somewhere, and she sent me the story where she was walking along the beach, and it's basically it's got the energy of a whale within the stone. Oh, I'm annoyed now that I can't find your card, but anyway, a whale stone. It's a whale stone. Is it here? No, that's from somebody else. But anyway, I think I'll leave it there. Shall I just pull one more card for us all? Let's pull a colour card. Felt like I wanted to use this deck today, which I haven't used for a long time. Inner Segal, The Secret Language of Colour. You see, this is another deck I'd very much like to do, my own colour oracle deck, but one day at a time, hey? Let's just see what colour is around us at the moment. Jade and lemon. Jade and lemon. Jade is about take action. Lemon is about access innovative thinking. But to be honest, that card to me, for Jade, we have a very similar depiction. Our card number 55 in the New Christ Consciousness deck is resurrection and rebirth, and it's the trees with sunlight coming through it. So to me, this is the energy of, it's a very Jesus energy. We've got rebirth, and we've got the energy of yellow, which leads me to Christmas, Easter, Christmas. We're back to the energy of Christ. Lemon could also be lemon in your gin and tonic. Actually, I can't drink gin and tonic. It doesn't agree with me. But no, in all seriousness, you know, lemon, what do I want to say about that? Access innovative thinking. I suppose it links to the analytical mind, which again, I've already said in this video, make sure you switch it off a little bit sometimes. The mind can be your enemy as well as your friend. You know, we need our minds to be sharp and capable of analytical, critical thought. But sometimes we can also be trapped by our mind and our thoughts and when it's racing. So let me pull a third card. Green, yellow. Aww. There's one that's chocolate in this deck. I was hoping it might be chocolate, but no, it's actually plum, which is very good because it's overcome your challenges. Overcome your challenges. I wouldn't call that plum. I would call that magenta. That looks like magenta energy to me. And as a colour therapist, I link magenta to being a very good colour for helping us with overwhelm, helping us with a mind that is too active. Let's see if I've got my magenta spray. That's not it. Oh. hold on, I'm going to find it. Found it. Magenta Bridge. So actually, in all seriousness, this is a really, really good spray for now, for the new year, when people often feel overwhelmed as well because they give themselves, you know, all these New Year's resolutions, which are often very hard to keep, and then they go on a downer because they haven't been able to achieve what they wanted to achieve. Again, the mind racing. Magenta's great for just calming everything down, and it's been a hell of a year, guys, hasn't it? And next year's going to be a bit of a roller coaster as well, but you know, we'll get through it together. There'll be some really great times as well. I will be doing a 2023 prediction video at some point soon as well. Let's just go sink into magenta energy. I also feel as though I'd like to pull a couple of charms. So magenta. Be present is what I'm hearing. Be present this Christmas. Take it in, whatever's going on. Witness it, acknowledge it, feel it, reflect upon it. See it as part of your sacred journey through this life. It's a moment that's important. And be present, be grounded, be rooted. Be real. Okay, let's just have a charm. Just pulling a charm. Christmas 2022. The peacock and the elephant. The bird of air, the animal of earth. The peacock and the elephant. Peacocks showing their beauty, their majesty, proud of who they are. The elephant, the groundedness, the steadiness, the power, the strength. A lot of animal energy around. Look after your animals as well. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there because I think the washing machine is about to arrive. Lots of love. I will try and be back over the Christmas period as well. And I'll see you all soon. Take care. Have a good one, everyone. Lots of love. Thank you for your support. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye for now. Bye.